for having me. How's your beer? I, I see a lot of puppies. Very cute. Um, so, what should we talk about tonight? It's beautiful. It's cool. You have beer. A little about me, since you guys don't know me. I'm a single mom. I don't know. Okay, good. You guys look too happy. You must not be parents. It's hard being a parent. You know what's really hard about being a parent? You have to pretend to enjoy all those things your kids enjoy, right? Kids' birthday parties, play dates, their father. But I do surprisingly well on dating apps, you guys. I think it's because my profile says that I don't want kids. Then they find out it's because I have 4. Yeah, 4. I know it sounds like a lot, and it is, but I love being a mom, guys. And you know what they say about having kids? It's a lot like making pancakes. First one's kind of fucked up. Probably should have thrown it away. I see some first pancakes over there. I see you, right?
Oh no, that's my brother. I'm the second
Oh,
one.
then you just know. I'm a first pancakes. I feel it deeply. But I think having kids is a lot more like eating pancakes. You always regret having your 4th one. Yeah, in case you guys were wondering, my pancakes don't like these jokes at all. In fact, my first pancake is so mad that she disinvited me from her wedding, you guys. And I'm so sad. I was just like trying to talk to her. I was like, honey, you don't understand. You don't get redos of special days in life like weddings. Unless you're me, and then you get a couple. That's right. I have been married twice. You can actually get worse at something. Living proof. But it's not entirely my fault, you know. At the end of my last marriage, I was willing to do just about anything to save it. I learned to cook. I went to therapy. I even took a class on how to give a great blowjob. True. And it's not that I learned anything that technical, but I did learn that the secret to giving a great blowjob is pretending you like doing it. So I guess it was more of an acting class. Oh boy, I just tell that joke so you guys all know I give a great blowjob. How else am I going to get a date, you guys?
Wow.
Oh no. I don't know about you guys, but the pandemic made parenting even harder. We used to sit down to the table and say grace, and now we just say fuck it. It was even hard with my older kids, like my 19-year-old son. I'd be like, when are you going to stop smoking weed? And now I'm like, when are you going to come home with weed? You know, this same kid, he's so sweet. Last Mother's Day, he gave me a joint for Mother's Day, and he was like, it is my dream to get high with you. I'm like, that's great. It's my dream to never be sober. Yeah. But there have to be boundaries, right? I didn't smoke weed with him, just in case you were worried. Because kids think they want the cool mom, right? Until you are the cool mom. And then they're like, please stop hitting on my friends. Yeah. But I do take parenting really seriously, right? I kind of believe if you're not embarrassing your kids, you're not doing your job, you're not protecting them, right? Any parents out there? That's why when my kids were at the age that I knew they were watching porn and stuff, in case you're wondering, that's when they suddenly love showers.
Oh, God.
And there are no tissues in your house, right? I made each of them go to Rite Aid with me and buy condoms because A, if you can buy condoms with your mom, you'll never be embarrassed to buy condoms. And B, I needed condoms. That's right. It's unconventional, but it worked. I don't have any grandchildren that I know of. And my kids have thanked me. It does make for an awkward Mother's Day card. But, you know, take what you can get, right? But I think this openness has worked for me. I got there just because my older daughter, you know, that first pancake, when she was a teenager, I walked in on her having sex with her boyfriend. And I was shocked and horrified. I didn't even know she knew what sex was, let alone reverse cowgirl. And I was like, fuck, the apple does not fuck far from the tree. Yeah, I only tell that joke because she traumatized me so much. I figure it's payback, right? I don't know about you guys. Some of you all look very young, but I'm at that age where my genetics and my age are meeting in a head-on collision, and I'm afraid there are not going to be any survivors. My body is like a car that needs all the parts recalled. But the good news about it is I can really finally blame my mom for everything. I mean, I knew my emotional damage was her fault. Now my physical damage is her fault too. I'm like, thanks for the genetics, bitch. But no, really, it's given me some empathy for her, you know. Like when I was younger, I used to, you know, confront her about things she'd said to me. She frequently would call me a waste of oxygen. She would say she didn't remember. I thought she was gaslighting me. But now that I'm a parent, and when my kids confront me about things I've said, I'm like, what's your name again? Yeah. But, I think my kids also have more perspective. They're seeing me now more as a person, not just as a mom. You know, it's good. It's kind of like when you're dating a guy and he sees you without your makeup for the first time, and he's like, wow, this is way worse than I thought. And I think that kids, as they get older, you know, they want to do the opposite of what you've done, right? They rebel against the standard you've set. So I've been married twice. I've been in a lot of relationships. So all of my kids are in serious monogamous relationships. Even my 11-year-old. And I'm like, it is too soon. I mean, it's with an American Girl doll, you guys. But I'm also like, will you please invite me to the wedding? Please. There was one silver lining to the pandemic for me. I didn't have to lie to my youngest, who's 11, about why I didn't want to take her to Disneyland anymore. Because if you're a parent in Southern California, any parents, and you don't want to go, you're like the Grinch, because Disney's like a spiritual journey for kids. That's why I used to tell her that the park was in Massachusetts. Yeah. That was great until she flunked geography class. But I think the real reason that I hate the rides at Disneyland is they remind me of a map of all my failed relationships, right? Yeah, take this Splash Mountain ride. Reminds me of all my hookups, right? Never as wet as I thought I would be. And God, I wish there weren't any pictures. Oh, ladies, those pictures, right? On the Small World ride, it reminds me of divorce. It takes forever. You're in the dark. And at the end of the day, I'm just stuck with a bunch of singing children. I can still hear them, you guys. I can still hear them. It's a world of lawyers, a world of tears. It's a world of secrets and wasted years. There's so much that we shared that it's time to beware. Why did I ask for full custody? Thank you very much. We're expecting. Woo! Thank you. Thank you. You didn't know you were in for impromptu karaoke, but you guys are great sports. Did you know they don't serve alcohol at Disneyland? Anyone? You would if you were a parent, right? It's a very long day. They try to sell California Adventure as a separate theme park. It is just a bar for grown-ups, you guys. We would go there if there was just a tire swing and a keg. Thank you. That part of my set was sponsored by Knott's Berry Farm. They've always had booze. They only have Snoopy. You got to work with what you've got. Yeah. Tara mentioned it's kitten season, which kind of reminds me, you know, even though I have a bad track record, my friends will always ask me about marriage and advice, which is odd, I admit. But when my friends are asking me what to expect about marriage, I'm saying, like, if you want to be prepared for marriage, get yourself a kitten. At first, that kitten looks at you so lovingly, wants to cuddle all night, and purrs every time you touch him. And then after 3 years, that same kitten looks at you like, where's dinner, bitch? Yeah. Or maybe not the best person to take marriage advice from. All right. But my girlfriends and I, we talk about the divorce diet. You know, when one of us gets divorced, we look or feel so much better. We lose 10 pounds. But I don't think the same is true for guys. I mean, when they get divorced, they seem so sad. And I think it's because they don't have the same emotional support from their guy friends. I can't see guys sitting around like, bro, she was totally dimming your light. Let's go on a cleanse and take a pole dancing class. Dude. It was so inspiring. Yeah, you guys, I'll leave you guys with this. You know, the pandemic also gave me an excuse to give up on dating apps. I didn't really want to worry about COVID and herpes at the same time. It was a lot. But I really hate dating apps because they turn people into the equivalent of fast food. They're not good for you, but they're hot and available right now. Like, this one guy I dated, he was just like Chick-fil-A. Warm, delicious, but my gay friends were not having it. And this other guy, he was just like Subway, a foot long, but kind of weird with my kid. Ooh, no Jared fans out there, I see. Me either. And the last guy, he was truly a happy meal. He left a smile on my face, but the toy was the best part. Thank you guys very much. I'm your host, Maggie Hyde.